Well, I did it, y'all. I bought my first game key card.
You serious?
Before I get started today, I'd like to ask all of you guys, how do you guys feel about the whole game key card situation for the Switch 2? Is it something that you're going to support and you're okay with? Or is it something that is totally against what you believe and you're going to resist at all costs? The game keycard situation has clearly been one of the biggest sticking points about the Switch 2 launch. Right when it got out after the big Nintendo Switch 2 Direct, that a lot of the games were not going to be completely on cart. A lot of people were saying, no, this is not what we want. I am not going to accept this. And we found out more that Nintendo is seemingly only offering a 64 gig card to developers, which is forcing some of them with smaller games to go the route of a game key card because they don't need 64 gigs and they don't want to pay for it. Obviously, I got the Switch 2 bundle, which means that I have Mario Kart World as the first game that I got with my Switch. Again, I'm not a huge Mario Kart fan, so I was looking for another option. So finding out what games were coming out for the launch, I was thinking I definitely want to get a game that's on the card and not a game key card. I want something that the entire game is on the cartridge. So I heard that Marvelous, the games that they were putting out on Switch 2, were going to be all on the card. So this one's called Rune Factory Guardians of Azuma. This was definitely the first one that I was thinking about picking up. I've been a fan of the Rune Factory games for a long time. So when I heard that this was one of the ones that was going to be all on the cart, it was a no-brainer for me to go and pick this one up. This one was a little bit hard for me to find. I had to go to a couple stores, and I ultimately found it at Target, of all places. So this is a little bit unique, though, because this game will actually run on Switch 1. I think the Switch 1 version is what's completely on the cartridge. So I put it into my Switch 2, and it started downloading this huge file. So, I mean, if you want to play it on Switch 2, I believe that on my Switch 2 right now, it has a 12 gig download along with the cart having to be inserted. So technically, isn't that kind of a game card too? It says on the bottom, it says includes the Nintendo Switch game and the Nintendo Switch 2 Edition Upgrade Pack. Upgrade Pack also available separately. So really, you're just buying the Switch 1 game. You still have to download 12 gigs. So I consider this a game key card too, because I'm going to be playing this on Switch 2.
Would you help me revitalize the village? Please visit the gods who govern the other 3 seasons.
But then I got the actual first game key card that I've ever bought, and it felt kind of dirty. I didn't feel right doing it. It just felt kind of strange. So I did pick up the Sonic Shadow Generations, and it says on the bottom game key card right there. It's like this badge of shame. I felt bad buying it. But I really wanted to see this game on the Nintendo Switch 2. And Sega does not offer an upgrade pack with this. A lot of games they'll offer, you pay this money and you get to upgrade to the Switch 2 version. There was nothing like that for this game, unfortunately. So on the bottom, this one does say that it has a 24 gig full game download. So you do have to have the cartridge in, and you still have to have 24 gigs taken up on your internal storage or your SD card. I did have the physical version of Hogwarts Legacy, and I heard that if you put it in your Switch 2 and you boot up the game, it'll give you an opportunity to upgrade to the Switch 2 version for only $10, which was awesome because I got mine used. My original copy used for like $25, I think. So I popped it in. I said, would you like to upgrade to the Switch 2 version for $10? For me, I think that's a great deal. To my surprise, though, what it did was it actually just installed the entire Switch 2 game onto my storage. So I don't need the cartridge for the Switch 1 game anymore at all. So literally, if you take the Switch game out, Hogwarts Legacy, it doesn't matter. You still have a new icon on your home screen for Hogwarts Legacy 2. So I thought that was kind of cool. Like for $10, you get the entire Switch 2 game, which if you buy that regularly in a store, that is $70. So that's a really good deal. If you guys can find a cheap copy of Hogwarts Legacy, you can upgrade it to the Switch 2 version for only $10. So again, I don't like game key cards, and I wish Nintendo Switch 2's launch could have had a less controversial launch without all the game key card situation. It's just, I love physical media, clearly, and I wish that Nintendo would offer more card options for publishers. But as far as I'm concerned, like, I hate them. I wish they weren't a thing. But for me, if I'm going to spend $50, $60, $70 on a game, and you can get it either digitally with nothing to hold or with a game key card with actually a case and a cartridge that I can sell and trade and give away, I'm going to pick that. Like, I don't know. I would rather have something physical, even if it means a game key card. The other positive is, at least, I don't have to have the entire game on my storage. Some of it can be on the game key card. But again, I'm not a fan of this at all. I wish I had the willpower to say that I'm not going to buy game key cards. I'm not going to do it. But I want to have a collection. I want to have cases for my games. I don't know. I'm just old. It's the way that I'm wired. If I'm going to spend that much money, I want to have something to hold, And I just can't get over like spending $60, $70 for a digital game with nothing to hold. They should be cheaper, and I'll keep preaching that for years and years and years until it becomes a thing, hopefully. This might be foolish, but I'm still holding out hope that Nintendo and companies like NIS will feel the anger of fans. NIS just announced that their newest Switch game, it's going to be a Disgaea game, is also going to be a game key card. And fans are up in arms. I think the last I checked, they hadn't sold any yet. It said they were still at 100% stock. So, good for people that are holding out. I'm going to be buying game key cards. I don't love them, but I think they're a necessary evil at this point. And, everything's going to be going digital. So I'll take what physical I can get at the moment. Thank you guys for watching. I'll ask you, how are you guys feeling about the game key card situation? Please let me know below. Let me know if you guys are for it. If you're totally against it, we can have a discussion about it. Thank you to my 150, I think it's 7, subs. We're on the road to 200. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.
I have a Switch addiction.